In just hours, the head of the nation's largest teachers union goes before Congress to talk about the endless COVID school shutdowns. So why has Randy Weingarten hired a top-notch defense attorney? But we begin with a new report out tonight on the U.S. government's response to COVID, calling it, quoting here, collective national incompetence. Let's bring in Fox News contributor Leslie Marshall and the Dean of Pepperdine University School of Public Policy, Pete Peterson. Welcome to you both. The back and forth with Deborah Birx I thought was fascinating. I want to play a little bit more of it because I think it's very instructive, and we'll get your take. Watch. It's a big statement, Pete, because she's saying, listen, we are going to go down this same road if we're not careful.
Yeah, I have to say, as Dean of a policy school, we're going to be studying this multi-level policy failure that was COVID response for decades to come.
Yeah, it really is. It's one of those things where I was telling Matt Finn, it was fascinating. This is a big statement. This is one of the authors of this report, and I want to play this and get your response on this, Leslie. Fall semester of 2020, I mean, that's 2 years of lost school that a lot of these kids got. That's a big statement that came out of this. Your thoughts on that?
Well, I was tearing my hair out like many mothers, you know, 2 kids home during lockdown. But hindsight is always 20/20. And sorry for the cliche, but certainly in medicine, one of the things, and not just about Dr. Fauci, but all of the doctors, this was completely new. This was something that could not be traced to an animal. It was a very different type of virus. It was different the way it was mutating inside human beings. And I feel that the medical community here and throughout the world were doing the very best they could because they were learning with this as they went, and they were giving us information which kept changing as they learned more. And by the way, that's a credit to where we are with medical technology and research in the times that we live in.
I'm not sure many would agree because the left keeps saying, you know, this was new to us, but at the time they kept saying, we know exactly what we're doing. Listen to us. Do not listen to the other people because we're right.
Well, I think one of the fascinating things about the report is that it actually takes a global perspective to compare America's response to other countries. And on the school closure issue, American schools were closed over 500, essentially for over a year and a half. And you compare that to France and Spain, it was much fewer weeks that we were closed.
Yeah, I want to put this. This is Ron DeSantis, because this, of course, is all going to be political. This is Ron DeSantis kind of taking a swipe at the former president. Watch.
So this situation was an existential threat to our state, but I made the judgment, leaders take the bull by the horns and make the decisions for themselves. They don't subcontract out their leadership to health bureaucrats like Dr. Fauci.
We, of course, Leslie, know who he's talking about when he says subcontracting out.
I can't believe I'm going to defend Donald Trump here, but I'm going to defend Donald Trump here because no politician should be making medical decisions. I mean, if you find out you have cancer tomorrow, you're not going to call Ron DeSantis. You're going to go see somebody with an MD after their name, as well you should. I find it interesting that Ron DeSantis, Governor DeSantis, is saying this. You know, those in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. His own Surgeon General that he appointed in the state of Florida altered a report that gave false information regarding men between the ages of 18 and 39 with regard to the mRNA vaccine. So I don't think Ron DeSantis is in any position to be pointing at Donald Trump over
But it's interesting, you say in the public policy school, you're going to review this thing. The same thing. This thing is going to hit the campaign trail again and again and again.
Well, we should know about DeSantis. He's responding to Trump. Trump breaks all the rules in political analysis. Most people say you should try to highlight your opponent's weakness. Many people see DeSantis's response to COVID as being one of his strengths, but Trump has really laid into him about his response to COVID. And so this response from DeSantis is really back at Trump.
It's back at, but it's all kind of backhanded. No names mentioned, just kind of a backhanded side. Pete Peterson, Leslie Marshall, thank you both.